Welcome, friends and enemies. Thank you for making your stop here on your very long journey. We're starting off with a segment here called The Long Con.
That's right.
In which we talk about, our convention experiences, things that were good about conventions, things that we really enjoyed, some stuff that we didn't like. Also, it's talk about art process and, just the general what's going on with our life at the moment.
Yeah, just whatever. Just to introduce ourselves, I'm Wes.
I'm Matthew. We are the Micah Art team that brings all this lovely content to you here on Patreon, Instagram, and Twitter now.
Yeah, Twitter. A little need to get back into the tweet game, but...
Yeah.
We do retweet plenty of good shit posts.
Yes.
So make sure to check that out.
Definitely if you want to have more, the more fun side of the group rather than, all the lovely art we produce. For one of the things, I guess, since we're talking about conventions and stuff, is the most recent convention we were at was a Fan Expo.
Yes, Fan Expo. In Dallas.
In Dallas, yes, in the Downtown Convention Center, which I will say, that is a very lovely facility.
Yeah. You said you were there for Library Con,
I was, for LTS. Not LTS. LTA? Yeah, doesn't matter. It's a Library Con.
Library Con. Gets lit.
Gets lit. Yeah, it gets lit in Library Con. You'd be surprised. One of the things though about that convention hall, I really enjoy it. It's big. It has a lot going for it. I feel Acon probably would, profit from going there.
Benefit from there. Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Fan Expo overall was kind of, it was okay. I had fun.
Yeah, it was nice. It was great meeting people.
Yeah. It was definitely
plenty of cool people there.
The crowd was great. It's just that it's
a lot of cool artists.
If you're an artist and you're interested in doing Fan Expo,
NCAP.
You do have to need to invest in an NCAP
booth
because a lot of people will, you need the exposure with just being able to be seen.
Yeah.
A lot of it also too, I think, this is my personal opinion, is a lot of the client or the customer base is mainly there for autographs because,
there was great celebrities there.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
No, definitely. I really wanted to get the Boy Meets World cast to sign some stuff.
That would have been sweet.
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, was there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Everybody from Back to the Future.
Everyone? Well, not everyone.
Mostly everyone.
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Phil Lamar, voice of
Samurai Jack,
Static Shock, a lot of different characters.
Yes.
Hermes from Conrad from Futurama.
Yes.
Yeah, but so as a
con goer,
great con.
Yeah, check it out if you're a con goer. Check it out next year for sure.
Yeah.
Fan Expo Dallas.
Yep, definitely. As an artist, try to get the end cap.
Yeah,
if you can.
We were there with a couple of our art buddies, Ellen and Hero.
Yes.
And I'll make sure to put their tags in the video.
Yeah, if you want to know their tag names, it's All Kinds of Yes for Hero and Lelybell for Ellen, which probably need to be spelled for everybody, so hence...
It'll be on screen, don't worry. So,
but yeah, overall, I'd say it was a pretty decent con experience. I liked it mainly because of the fact, we just had to drive there and drive home.
Yeah, we tried some new stuff. I think it turned out well.
Yeah, this is one of the prints that was there that is going on right now.
Yeah.
It was very last minute because, I don't know, I just...
That and you just really got into RWBY.
Yeah, I really did. Just
after having several people, commission us and our friends always talk about it.
Yeah, so I was just like, well, because my experience with RWBY was back in high school, or maybe college when it was just the first volume.
Yes.
Someone was trying to get me to watch it, and I was like, I'm not feeling this, because even people like now who really like the show, they'll go back and say, wow, it is just night and day how well it was animated now versus back then.
Yeah.
But
I do like the way this piece turned out, though.
I definitely did, too. There's a lot of new techniques and stuff I did, which you'll see a little later in the video. This right now is just the normal flatting process that I always do, try to break up every character.
Yeah, this is made... Every character has their own sketch. They've got their own sketch.
Yeah.
And then he just overlaid them on a light table.
Right.
And inked over them.
Yep. So the ink drawing is one solid piece, but each character has their own little sketch piece that's been cut up and then kind of mashed together like a little collage piece to make sure that everything fits appropriately.
Yeah, and this was a lot of raw footage. I had about 4 hours of footage that I condensed here into 30 minutes. I think it came out okay. I'm still getting back into Adobe stuff after about 10 years of taking a break, so. But it's definitely fun. I'm always down to do some good editing.
Yeah.
I love scrubbing through a video.
I think we're about to get to the part where I start doing some weird filter effects on it, but we'll come back to that, I guess.
I like the part where Blake starts to look like Nightcrawler.
Of course you do.
You'll see that coming up. That's great.
Let's see. Because, there's nothing else to really talk about Fan Expo. Pretty much said everything. I had some pretty cool people to talk to. It was very much fun. I remember we were talking about that person that was cosplaying as Chie.
Yeah. Someone had mistaken Chie from Persona 4 as Pidge from Voltron,
the new one.
And there was laughs all around and sadness.
A lot of tears.
Yes.
We're
It's like an onion.
Yeah.
Many layers and a lot of crying.
we were just like, no, this is a safe place. You can come back.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
I sent that over to one of my friend groups, and they had responded with a nice little shitpost meme. I was like, "Gee, sweetie, I can't believe this ugly ass bitch would say something so mean about you."
Great. That's a good meme.
That was great. But
Yeah.
did it at a red light apparently, which I don't condone.
No.
Don't
meme and drive.
Don't meme and drive. It's
Don't
dangerous.
meme and
kids.
drive. Go to the Walmart parking lot if you're going to meme in your car.
Yeah.
I would suggest that.
Other than that, I'm trying to remember of any other like really standout experiences. It was really cool to see more Black Clover cosplayers.
Yeah, a lot of cool Black Clover cosplayers, definitely. Some of whom we got to watch Ghost Stories.
Yes.
I feel like maybe we'll get into its own Ghost Stories episode at some point, but if you have not seen it, Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories.
Dub only.
Yeah, that's the only show you can watch in dub.
It's basically the only officially licensed abridged.
Yeah, it is a romp, let me tell you.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh boy.
So let's see what's going on in the video now.
Yeah, we're still on the flats.
Still on flats. The flats were it was almost 2 hours of flatting.
Yeah, this is a very long flatting process. As my least favorite part of any picture is the flatting portion, because it's like that just
explain just flatting a bit for the audience.
Sure, flatting is where you're trying to break up all the different parts that are different colors. So that when you go into it afterwards, it's like you can select each individual part. That way you don't have to worry about going into the other parts of it. So you've got the hair, for example, on RWBY here. If I want to just color the hair, I can just use the selection tool and I'll stay inside the lines of where I've sectioned off the color there. So it won't go, I won't end up having problems with it spilling over into her hood, her face, or anything really. That's what the purpose of flatting is. It makes it easier for you to also, block out colors. This one also is a little different because the way I flatted it is you can see the solid colors on all the characters. Mm-hmm. That's flatted on a separate layer. Oh, okay. And so all this other color that's kind of coming up on top of it is on a layer above it, because when you'll see layers, I did a lot of filter effects. Yes. And the way I wanted to make sure that everything was selected is to go to the base layer for each person's color, select it, mm-hmm. And then go up and then do the thing, because that way I don't accidentally I'm not sitting there the entire time selecting every single little flat, going over and trying to get the filter effect, then hit paste on like a color and then come back and be like, oh shit, I forgot to do that one little tiny
here
part.
it is. See, she just looks like Nightcrawler now. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's basically what flatting is. It's just basically so that you can have everything broken up and into each individual character, each individual part of said character. That way it doesn't, it makes it less difficult for me to color everything.
That's really cool, actually. Never heard that explained.
Yeah, they do it a lot. The way I do it is technically it's wrong, but it's like how I do it, so it's fine. Because the way you're supposed to flat, a lot of people, what they use is the pen tool. Oh. And what they'll do is just do selection and hit the fill, like those paint bucket. Whereas me, sometimes I'll just do a drawing around it with the pen, and
I've seen that, yeah.
Then hit the thing, or I'll just color it in. But if you color it in, sometimes the way I do it, you'll end up once in a while missing a pixel, and then it just looks bad. Yeah, it's not the most proper way, but it's the way I do it. So
I've heard that's really what matters more in art.
The what?
That it's the way you do it.
Yeah.
Versus by the book.
Right. I mean, that's true, but at the same time, there are rules for a reason, and if you don't do, it's like, whenever you go,
you got to know the rules to break the rules.
Right, exactly. It's why they make you do in art school, fancy dancy art school, a year of foundation where you're just doing actual painting, actual figure drawing, actual your basics before you go and do all the other stuff where it's like, I want to make comics and illustrations, but you need to start off by drawing real people, getting real references, which is why a lot of the first year people doing cartooning and illustration get really frustrated, is because they're like, well, I wanted to make comics now, and they're like,
or I'm making a cartoon and I'm making someone who's not even human.
Yeah, things like that. But you still need to know the basics, because even then, if you're doing something that's not human, you still need to go out and do your actual live sketching, going out and seeing how real things move, going to the zoo, looking at animals, that sort of stuff. You need to see everything as it is in nature, be able to properly reproduce it, and then twist it, make it interesting, things like that. It's what led to a lot of heartache for a lot of people in art school. For me, was a lot of people just didn't want to do the extra work, getting reference, getting the proper materials, all that stuff. And yeah, the art suffers because of it.
Well, it seems you've avoided that pitfall. I think we're getting to the part where you start doing some shading, it looks like.
I think this is the part where I start doing... Yeah, this is the shading portion.
Yeah, some shading, and then you start going through some filters. This is actually pretty cool.
So this is a... What is it called here? This is a multiply layer. So what I did is I took a kind of a grayish purple. So when you do like multiply, basically it just makes it kind of like everything is filtered in dark. Basically the way multiply is, it's all the white is allowed to go through, so it becomes transparent. And then does all these different things. A lot of artists just do it this way, to be honest with you. I used to just, what I would do is I would go to the color and select a darker version of the color.
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
And that's actually just miserable. And when I found out you could do it this way, because I'd gotten like a random Photoshop book and I'd seen all these digital paintings where I'd see them in gray tones and then all of a sudden they're in color randomly. I'm like, how do they do that? Do they have to like pick and do colors? Apparently a lot of artists, what they'll do is they'll do this, where they'll do gray tones on a multiply layer. And then using brush and stuff like that to get all the textures and, see how it's now kind of coming together like that. I like this part. This is a filter I added because one of the things I noticed is that the character Ruby was a bit too red and it was starting to blend in with the background, so I did a blue overlay. And then this is me messing around figuring out which one looks best. As you can see,
there's some crazy pink ones that I think just look cool anyway.
Right. So this is, I think, I don't remember what I chose here, and as you can see, I'm starting to get a little more like not caring about the hair area, but I just erase it afterwards. But still, now I think this is about the color I've decided to keep. This is why I probably wanted to me looking at it, since it's like hanging on this for so long. It's like, do I like this?
They should have seen how long it was hanging originally.
Oh, really?
Some of these hang around for like whole minutes, 2 minutes.
It's probably because I was talking to you or Devin.
Yeah,
or something.
I'm sure we were talking. Someone came to look at it. Something. Yeah. You know how it goes.
Then I always do skin last because skin is like a lot. Like skin is tough to get right, especially because look at this and just going over and over and lightening it, darkening it, lightening it, darkening it, going too like. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, I went too far. Go back, bring it in.
Ruined it.
Saved it. Ruined it.
Just Bob Ross out here, pretty much.
Yeah. I think there was one part in here where you see like the highlight on one of her little legs, and then Wes, I think I remember him coming in and saying, like, this is fucking awful. Fix that.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah,
it's not in the final picture.
Which is good.
It's probably in here somewhere.
Yeah, and this is the hair. This is another brush doing this. This one was fun because Ruby has this weird hair where it's kind of gradated.
Yeah.
Gradiated.
No, I don't know. English majors, let us know.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, my nephew loves to say that for stuff. He watches so much YouTube. He's only 4.
Yeah, this one's fun because using gradients, we'll call it that. Let's go.
Yeah,
using a gradient is a lot of fun here, and it's just like I love how smooth it kind of came into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like the best hair I've colored in quite a while.
I just like her face. I think it looks like she's like having a bunch of fun.
Yeah,
so
that is her character.
That
way.
Yeah.
Even though the story's gotten a lot darker.
Yeah,
and then this is me adding some gradations to add highlights. As well as a little bit of other things too. So as you saw, I added a little bit of red to her body just to, I guess make it a little bit more contrasty, give it a bit more something better to look at, I guess. This also too is where I added a little filter gradation over the bottom leg so that it pushes it back a bit more, because right now they're both very much the same tone. Mm-hmm. One of those things when you try to do art is you want, especially with comics, one of the things I was always told is you don't want an image to be the same, where it's like, flat, where too many of the similar tones, it's not very...
You wanted to have a depth.
You want to have depth. Also, it's not graphic, is the term. That's why a lot of comics, they'll use black, white, that's it. Mm-hmm. Very little gray. Yeah. Because I want people to be able to see it from far away and in very small things. It's very interesting.
Very true.
Yeah, adding little stuff here. I was adding a little paddle because I was like, well, Ruby's got some, and then...
I know Yang had some
yellow, and then I was like, I'll give Blake and Weiss some too. Why not?
Yeah, I can't leave the rest of them out. They all get some sort of an effect.
They all get something. And that's also funny too. I was a little worried because I did all that for Ruby, and then I was like, oh fuck, I should have just done this all at the same time.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that you did it. I thought maybe you were seeing how it would work.
Yeah, as you can see
and
here,
you only wanted to commit to one character.
Yeah, as you can see here, I'm actually pulling up all of the different color palettes here and putting them off to the side, mainly because of the fact I realized I probably should have done this all at the same time.
Yeah, I saw those
or at least technically, this is not incorrect to do it, separately. because doing them all at the same time kind of makes it so that I'm not really paying attention to each character.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone gets their own like moment.
Yeah, everyone gets their own little, what's the word? Little, I treat them each individually. As you can see here, also it helps because Yang doesn't need to get nearly as dark as RWBY does, as you can see up there.
Yeah, it's true.
So now I'm doing like a lot of checking to make sure that she's about the same tone as RWBY because they're both in the foreground.
Yeah.
And this is also comes up later, as you can see when I do the filters on Weiss and Blake. I make their filters the same right now, but then I realize that's a mistake because I need to push them back a bit.
Yeah, they need to get pushed back definitely
because they're
they're farther in the back.
They're farther in the back.
Not just you can tell.
Yeah.
Especially when you see the final product.
Yeah. Well, what else? I mean, we're talking a lot about the art process here, because. I know we wanted to talk about...
I keep popping my knuckles.
Oh, you're fine. That's just nervous.
That's realism. That's realism there.
The nervous ticks.
Yeah.
Another thing I think we wanted to talk about too is I guess just whatever's going on with us.
Just what's going on right now. Stuff we're up to. We're watching, reading. We're always watching a bunch of anime, manga.
Yeah, Toku.
TV. Yeah, Toku. Love Kamen Rider. Yeah. Sentai. Things like that.
Because I think today when we're recording this is Sunday, and that's usually the day we watch our shows.
Yeah, we all sit down and watch it.
We got Kamen Rider Zio.
Yeah, watching Zio right now.
Soldier. Then after that, it's JoJo.
JoJo, Part 5. So
Royal.
Good.
Can't wait. This shitty Green Day boy coming in.
Oh, God.
Can't wait to see
I can't wait to see the 2-minute plus beatdown.
Yeah, just
spoilers, anybody.
Anybody who didn't read the manga.
There will be a beatdown.
There's going to be a fucking
spoilers. Someone is getting punched a lot in JoJo.
Yeah.
Now that's a bold spoiler I'm going to throw out. So...
then after that, it's Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Demon Slayer as it's
really good. Man,
check it out.
Pacing is so good in that show. Yeah. It's I can't believe on 4 episodes they finished volume 1. It's really
it's night and day from some other shows.
Yeah, it's we were talking about how we were happy to see more Black Clover cosplayers at Fan Expo, but Black Clover is one of those animes where it was why is it taking so long?
Well, they were working on Fate Apocrypha.
Yeah, I guess
what I heard. So they had a lot of their resources on that, so they were kind of stalling out.
Yeah, I guess, but that's just so frustrating because the first chapter was split into 2 episodes, and episode 3 is from a light novel, and then chapter 2 is episode 4, whereas fucking Demon Slayer, it's chapter 4 is the end of volume 1.
Yeah, it was all killer.
No filler. It's great. I'm excited.
It was all killer and more killer.
Oh yeah.
I'll post up the name of that and put a link somewhere.
Definitely. Definitely. What else is on the queue for tonight besides Kimetsu? Are we watching any of Jiraiya?
We should. Oh man.
Definitely, if you get a chance. This is an old Toku from the 80s?
It's 80s.
80s?
I believe it's 88.
88?
88.
Really? It feels so much older.
No, it's 88. Because the ending theme was called Shinobi 88.
Oh,
It has to be from 88.
Yeah, I mean, we could look that up, but I don't feel like it. It's called World Ninja Jiraiya. It is a trip.
It's a trip. I'll put a screen cap up here. There's some room next to the picture right now.
World Ninja Jiraiya, a very wild show. Just a good way to describe it probably would be G Gundam.
It's like G Gundam with a bunch of ninjas.
Yeah, because
that's the easy way to put it. And they're fighting to get the 2 halves of this tablet that will show you the location of where ancient alien technology exists that could change the world.
Yeah, it's when we say it's like G Gundam, it's because each nation has a ninja.
There's all these ninjas from all over the world. They're not affiliated with a nation, but
kinda.
No, I think they're just from somewhere.
Well, because the prison ninjas from Turkey.
Yeah, but the other dude, there was a China one, but he's not affiliated with China.
I guess
he doesn't represent China. He was just a coughing, dying old man who then got vaporized.
Dude, that guy got fucking killed.
He got murdered.
Well, because also they have a ninja from an actual place in Africa too. They don't just go say, "Oh, he's from Africa." They say he's from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but he doesn't represent Zimbabwe.
That's
fair.
You
See what I'm saying?
No, I get that.
This guy was the antithesis of Black Panther, despite dressing exactly like Black Panther. He was legit just the world's best poacher or something. Yeah. It was crazy.
Okay, yeah, this is the part where I'm probably going through and adding all the darker stuff to make it pop even more, because this is where it's it's still, because the red background and the character being red was not helpful.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a lot more of this stuff for Patreon. Our plan is to have a short video on Instagram, on IGTV, for everyone to see. And and we're also going to release a longer version with commentary just like this.
Yep.
For patrons, and that's at every tier, $5 and up.
Yes.
You get access to this.
The videos
very early. They'll probably be made available to normal, to everybody.
Maybe like
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, something like that.
Something like that sounds fine.
Yeah.
We haven't really fully decided on the timing, I guess, but we have a pledge drive coming up. Pledge, just the $5
If
level.
you do $5 and up, you will get a trading card of this. So
Right.
one of our things for Patreon is we've played every trading card game that's come out, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
For better or worse, and
worse.
So we love cards.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make a bunch of the art into trading cards.
Yeah, one of them is going to be this RWBY print that we have the video for, along with some of the whatever currently is the issue that we're working on. Like for this month, it's Anomalies. And then once it's over, we'll just move on to the next series, and then there'll be illustrated cards for that as well.
Yeah, and we'll have fan art mixed in too. Just a bunch of cool stuff.
Definitely check out what the tier lists are if you find yourself on the Patreon.
Yeah,
check it out. Look over. They've got some pretty good sweet deals going on for them. At least I think they are. But yeah, for the pledge drive, definitely going to get some cool cards. I'm excited also too because one of the higher end ones we're going to make actual like
a membership card,
like plastic membership cards that have feature the mascot character Dalazar.
Dalazar, the god of money.
The god of money.
The god of money. One of the 3 pillars of every world.
Oh yes,
yes.
Those shoes and Shazana.
And Shazana.
Yeah.
Yes. Can't spoil too much.
No, we can't. But
can't spoil too much.
I was like, when you said the pillars, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh yes.
Oh, you know.
Shazana.
Of all of the finite infinite universes.
Yeah, this fucking...
the finite infinite universes. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, definitely feel free to keep looking us up when we have more information to come regarding the pledge drive, as well as all of the new content that we have coming out.
It's there for this month. If you pledge, you'll get it. We just haven't had a picture of it yet.
Yeah.
So this is all pretty new to us. We just
Definitely.
started, so give us some time. But
right, but I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, we plan to deliver.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do this for a long time, especially a cool just shoot the shit podcast like this.
Definitely. Maybe sometime we'll probably get somebody else to come on. Like we've got a lot of con buddies that we wouldn't.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of cool con buddies that we'll be looking to get on.
Yeah, it's weird because a lot of them kind of just live nearby too. Which really,
yeah, we could easily just call them up for a weekend.
Super convenient, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all that we've got here. The video is pretty much done. This is pretty much the final product for the picture. The print came out pretty well. I think there was only a little bit of editing that came after this video was recorded.
Yeah,
because the print is only slightly different. There's whenever we go in, we look for all the particles and
some leftover artifacts.
Yeah, pretty much. Or
maybe like erase a line or two.
Yeah, but other than that, this is pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching with us. If you stayed all the way through.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You can always find us on social media or at any local cons in Texas. We're trying to branch out and go into different states, but you can always find us at a convention in Dallas, Houston, Boston, San Antonio, all of the above.
That's at Micah Art on Instagram.
Yep.
And patreon.com/Micah Art.
Yep. With that, we would like to say stay safe and enjoy the journey with us.
Catch you later.